We are now functioning out of the new building. We still have a little bit of work that needs to be done, some minor punch list things on the inside. There's still some work that needs to be done on the outside. Where I'm standing at now, there will be an awning that goes above my head at this door entry that's not been installed, and the awnings on both ends of the building at those entrances have not been installed yet. 5 years ago, we did a rebranding. That is the new department logo from 5 years ago. It still needs to be painted. It hasn't been painted yet, but we incorporated the city seal inside of our logo, and then the outside of it, the outside ring just says Stafford Police Department. So it's the city seal with the Stafford Police Department ring around it. It'll have all the coloring of the Stafford seal, so it'll show the train and the smoke and all that stuff. And that's all etched in that stone there. It's really remarkable, the detail that was put into making this. You can actually see the veins in the leaves and the trees and things like that. The small little sign that says Stafford. It is incredible, the detail that went into this seal. Go on inside. We'll start down here on this end, and we'll just walk through and go through to what each office is. We don't have our signage up yet. It's still on order, and it has not arrived. So this is our Special Crimes Unit. The Special Crimes Unit is comprised of 3 cities, Missouri City, Sugar Land, and Stafford. And so officers from each of those cities work with this unit, and we work in all 3 cities, basically the east side of the county of Fort Bend County. And a sergeant from Stafford is the lead in this unit. This is our bailiff slash community liaison office. So it's made up for 2. And this is our bailiff, Daisy Molina. This office is dedicated to the sergeant over special crimes. I don't have a key. This is our administrative officer, Officer Shanklin McCartney.
And you're busy in your new office. How do you like it?
I love it. It's a really good office, spacious, and I love all the new furniture.
Cool, and you have a window. That's
Yes.
pretty awesome.
For the sunlight, really good.
Yes.
So one thing about the furniture, all the furniture that is in this building, the countertop that the bridge is going to be replaced because the bridge is 2 inches too short for the hutch that goes on top. So all of these desks will have a hutch that goes on top. However, because the bridge is too short, we can't put the hutch on. So the new bridges are supposed to be in the 1st of July. Thank you. This office over here is Lieutenant Khan.
Hello, Lieutenant Khan.
Hi, good morning, Carolyn.
So this is your office. How are you liking the new building?
Excellent, love it. Spacious.
Yes.
So Lieutenant Khan is over our Public Integrities Division, and he also does our training and all of the recruiting and hiring and things like that. So he has a lot more stuff that he has to keep in his office, so his office is a little bit larger than the other offices. This is our juvenile waiting room, also called the judge's office. So If we have a juvenile that's being detained, this is where they'll be detained at. This room has not been finished out yet. So basically this is a waiting room for juveniles, and then the judge would come in and visit them here.
By the screen here?
No, the judge would actually physically come here, and we have certain protocols that we have to follow if we have a juvenile detained.
Okay. All right, so you have 2 of those?
Yes. This is our armory, and that's Sergeant Ward leaving. He's one of our armors. This is Lieutenant Garcia. He's also an armor and a range master. So all of our ammunition and yep, ammunition and weapons are stored in here.
Okay. Do you have to have special credentials to get in there?
Yes. This is our traffic unit. Now we have 4 people in our traffic unit, but you see there's only 3 desks. So the 2 officers that are reconstruction experts, they have their own desk because they're the ones that do all of our accidents, and they also approve the accidents that are, like if a night shift officer works an accident, they review that accident report and approve it before it runs off to the state.
Okay, and I guess they're out in the field right now.
They're out in the field right now. This is Sergeant Lewis's office. He is our Spec Ops Sergeant, so he's over traffic unit and the school resource officers. Captain Wright, who's our operations captain, so he's basically over all the uniformed personnel. This office here is dedicated for Texas Ranger. The furniture has not arrived yet. The furniture that you see in here now, so there's the hutches, but again, because they're the desks are too short for them right now, they're stored in here. These tables will go in our new training room that is being remodeled, and those are the chairs for the training room. Stairs on both ends of the building and an elevator in the center. Okay, so this is our new patrol room. So each one of these workstations is capable of housing 4 officers. So each officer will have their own individual locker so that they can put their body cameras in here, their radios, and charge them overnight so that they're ready for the next shift.
And you were saying there's 4 officers per.
It's capable of having 4. Right now, there's not 4 assigned. I don't believe the Stafford Police Department will ever be large enough to have 4 officers assigned to each workstation. However, when the planning for this building was done, I wanted to make sure that we didn't have to come back and do it again.
Right.
So everything was built for growth. And so this one, although maybe a little overkill for 4 officers, because we'll never have a need to have 48 patrol officers in Stafford unless we annex a great deal of property. So,
And they share the desk because there are multiple shifts, right?
that's correct. So the 2 officers that are assigned to this, they're never here at the same time.
Right, I get it. Good morning.
This is the coffee bar. This is not what it's supposed to look like, but there's a coffee pot that's on order, a brewer that has a direct tap water system on it so that they just have to push the button and the coffee makes.
Gotta have coffee.
Gotta have coffee. This is our briefing room, which is not complete yet. So this is where the officers come to get their instructions before the shift. They get their information as far as what happened on a previous shift. Right here, there will be a monitor that's installed We already have it, it just hasn't been installed yet. And on the table, there'll be a laptop so that the shift sergeant can do briefings with the monitor. He can also do shift training with the monitor. You can see in the patrol room through this window, and through that window is the sergeant's office. So this is Lieutenant Pham's office. He's our night shift lieutenant.
And each lieutenant has their own office?
Each lieutenant has their own office. Something that I didn't point out in any of the other rooms, you may want to spin around here. So this is a special light switch. When you enter the room, you have to turn it on. But if this switch does not detect motion or sound over a period of time, then it automatically shuts the lights off. So it's an energy efficient system, and everything's LED. The air conditioning in this building is also controlled by computer, so everything is preset, and that's all done in the administration office. This is our sergeant's office, and they are completely moved in. They're just not completely organized yet. We have 4 patrol sergeants, and this is for the patrol sergeants. The last 2 offices are lieutenant offices.
So there's a lieutenant per shift?
Yes, and then there's a day shift lieutenant and a night shift lieutenant, and then a spec ops lieutenant. Lieutenant Williams is our spec ops lieutenant. This is his office, and he's over the traffic unit and the school resource officers.
Special operations?
Yes.
Okay.
That is the day shift lieutenant, Lieutenant Garcia. He's out on the street right now. That's everything in this building. They have completed the expansion for our CID, which is a part of the remodel, but that's the only area that's been completed in the existing building.
The building has been officially turned over to you. People are moving in, but there's punch lists.
There's punch list stuff still that need to be done, so a major portion of the construction has been completed, and that's why they were able to turn it over to us. So here we are, we're walking back into our existing building.
So they're connected.
They're connected. This is our kitchen. The flooring has been redone in here, and it's been repainted. This door used to go into the fitness center. As you can see now, this is a utility room for a washer and dryer and ice maker. We found out during the hurricanes that when you're here for extended period of times, you definitely need a washer and dryer. We'll walk into CID and see the rest of what used to be the fitness room.
So you closed it off and made it into different offices?
Yes, so now the fitness room it's got the capability to house 3 detectives. Right now, only 1 detective is housed back here, so we have room for growth for 2 more. And this is Detective Tyler's office. There's Detective Tyler right there.
We're invading your space.
Not invading.
And then there's again, room for additional growth here too.
They put you here in the corner for some reason?
I like it.
He picked. He got to pick.
I love it.
So that's just the rest of CID, which there's six detectives on this hallway. And at the far end is our school resource officers' workstations. And then I can show you what we're doing with the other part of the building. It's just not complete yet.
But all new flooring.
All new flooring.
And the baseboards are now on.
Yes, the baseboards are on. So you can see this used to be our patrol lieutenant's office.
Which have moved into the new building.
That's correct. So this is now our evidence tagging location. So when officers collect evidence, they come in here and put it in the computer, print a barcode for it, put it on the barcode. The lockers have not moved in yet. You'll see the lockers here in just a minute. The lockers will be moved in right here on this wall. They'll be able to put the evidence in so the evidence custodians can take the evidence out. This floor is scheduled to be stripped and refinished so that it'll look nicer. It's not scheduled for demo, it's just scheduled for stripping. So this used to be the operations captain's office, which now is our evidence custodian and crime scene investigators work in here now, instead of working in the back with all the evidence. So
And there's one now.
there's one now. There will be a door. So this wall here will have a hole cut in it. There'll be a door that goes from this room into the next room, which used to be our patrol room, now is going to be additional evidence storage location. And we'll go in there next. So this used to be our patrol room. This is now going to be additional evidence storage. So there are the evidence lockers there. Those will be removed. On the other side of those lockers is our evidence room. So those lockers will be removed. The casing will be finished out, and then the door will be here so that the evidence and crime scene people can just come through this door and come right in here to do their work.
The locker opening is on this wall?
The lockers will be on the other side. It will not be a pass-through locker anymore. We've gone away from that for additional security. So the lockers will just be a one-way locker. We've already ordered the new doors and have them. So the new doors will be put on there, so they'll just be one-way lockers instead of two-way lockers like they are right now.
All right. And these were the old.
That's the old juvenile waiting areas. And then if you go across the hall, this was our patrol sergeant's office. This is now going to be the training room. So this room is scheduled to have new carpet, all new paint, all new ceiling tiles. There'll be a 65-inch monitor on each side of this room for training, and a laptop up front to project whatever it is that the training needs are. And I believe this door is locked. This used to be the Armory. So this room goes the full length of this room. This will now be where we will put our simulator at. So we have a simulator for shoot, don't shoot scenarios, and also for, taser. So this is where that'll be housed at.
When does that come in?
We've already got the simulator, but once this room is painted and everything is finished in here, then we'll bring our conference tables in and set those all up, have the equipment installed, and have the simulator installed.
And the work on the old part of the building is part of the bond as well?
Yes, it is. So this used to be our professional standards office, which is Lieutenant Khan, and he's moved out to the new building. So half of this wall will come down, and this will now be the server computer area for, I believe the entire city is going to be functioning out of this. We already have computer stuff on the other side of this wall. They're expanding everything over to here. So.
When does that happen?
I believe next week, early next week, the wall will be coming down. So this used to be our records division. You can see it says files. And this used to have rolling cabinets with all of our case reports. So a few years ago, council requested that the city go paperless, and the police department went not completely paperless, but we're about 95% paperless. because there are some reports that we are required to keep, such as juvenile and homicide reports. Those are required to be kept on hard files. So, but the need for police reports has gone. So these shelvings that were here, and they were on rolling tracks, are being repurposed and they're being placed in the evidence room. So this will all come up. There'll be a wall that goes up here, and the dispatch supervisors will then have an office again to work out of. Because when they expanded dispatch a few years ago, that expansion took in the old dispatch supervisor's office. So this will be the new office for the dispatch supervisors.
How many are those?
2.
Per shift, one per shift, or?
There's one during the day and one at night. This room used to be the administrative officer's office. And we're not finished in here yet. It still needs to be painted. There's still a little bit of furniture that goes in here. This is going back to its original purpose, which was a victim services room. So this room is couched, a couple of chairs, has low lighting in it, and this is our crime victim liaison, Kathy Kirkley, will be able to utilize this room to counsel with and speak with our crime victims.
Is she staying in her office?
She's staying in her office. This office, when the signage goes up, it'll say victim assistance, and then we have a therapy dog named Maiden, and her name will go on here. So this will be Maiden's office. And then last but not least, this is the administration office, which has had all new carpet put in. This wall used to come out to about right here. And we had the wall taken down, and I'm sorry, this wall was brought out this way. And so we lost about 2.5 feet of space in this room, but we were able to put a shower in here so that when we have those hurricanes and things like that, we have an area that we can shower and freshen up. You know, when you're here for 7 or 8 days at a time, that's all been completed. This room is the conference room for administration. And this is the type of monitor that'll be back in the training room. There will be a hole cut here in this wall. I'll have a window placed in it so that whenever we have emergency operations in operation, and sometimes city council and the mayor want to come down and have a meeting with the department heads, that this office is going to be made for that type of meeting so that we don't have to shut down operations in there. Council members can come in here, have a seat, can be briefed on what's going on, but they're still able to look through this window to see what's going on in the operations. We'd like to thank the mayor and council for moving forward with this project, and the citizens of Stafford for allowing us to serve them and allowing us to build this expansion to the police department that was well needed. As you see, when we walk through the other building, every space in the new building is already being utilized, and the reconstruction of this building will be utilized, I would say, in about the next 45 days. So thank you to Mayor and Council, and thank you to the citizens of Stafford. I can't wait until we can have an open house and invite everybody in to come and see it firsthand. But hopefully you get an idea of what the police department looks like now, and what our plans are, but we really look forward to having an open house and inviting everyone over.